Welcome to the MoistyVoice episode 27.
27 is correct.
27B.
Just wanted to say, sorry we missed last week. Some stuff came up. Basically, fuck Michael.
Yeah,
Fuck my boss. Or I guess my boss got fucked.
You're fired, boss.
Yeah.
Anyway, but just a reminder, we are on iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. Pick us up on any platform of your choice. We're the best. We love you.
Vimeo or Pornhub.
We're on SoundCloud too.
We are on SoundCloud.
If you want to hear our mixtape.
We're on YouTube. Check us out there.
Check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/capital K lowercase G HZ 3902.
Is that actually it?
Yeah, is that it?
I think it starts with a capital K.
No, I think
well, now
it's
you're just fucking kidding me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, we don't have, what is it, 100 subs? 1,000 subs?
10,000 page views.
Subs?
Or total views.
Page views?
Total views.
Man, let's just pay some bots.
I can just do it in my spare time.
Just go in incognito, give us a shit ton of views until we get to say /MoistyBoiz.
Not even go incognito, just do it.
I'm pretty sure they, you know...
No, just make a playlist of all our videos. Just have it on repeat.
Loop
page
it.
views, right?
No, it's video views. Total views of
It's
videos.
views.
Then yeah, just watch our shit on repeat.
Yeah,
Totally fuck with our statistics.
We'll have like a Bitcoin mine, except instead of mining Bitcoins, they're just looping our videos.
It's not making us any money since we can't be monetized.
Yeah. Until we have
10,000 subs. That's the number I was thinking of.
That's that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need a lot of subs for that.
Yeah,
oh wait,
we're gonna
no.
have to go to Subway
No, wait. I think I had it backward. I had it backwards. It's 100 subs for custom URL. 10,000.
Wait, 100 subs?
100 subs custom URL. 10,000.
That's a lot easier to get.
Video views. Monetization. So let's start looping these mines and have all of these bots subscribe to us so we can get that custom URL with monetization.
Well, I feel like we could probably just spend like 2 days making fake URL, fake Gmails. And
if we're going to put effort towards fixing one of our URLs, no lie, it's not going to be bot views on YouTube. It's going to be going and killing those BMX guys so we can get fucking Boiz on Facebook since they refuse to kill the page.
Honestly, let's just give a Korean like $5 and suddenly we'll have 18,000 subscribers.
Oh, I thought you were going to say hack them, because that works too.
Yeah, let's also hack the BMX group.
I was more so going to say, at what point does Facebook just want the money grab and say, yeah, if you give us $25, we'll deactivate a dead Facebook page for you.
Zuckerberg sounds like the kind of guy who will just like cave into a demands over like a Hamilton.
I don't know how involved he is with Facebook anymore.
I feel like he's like a figurehead. He has he doesn't do anything there because that's too much effort for him to want to put in. And he just kind of like says statements, and then the guy who actually has to do stuff is just sitting there just like hands in face. Like, why did you fucking say this?
He's like inverse Steve Jobs.
You mean he's Steve Jobs?
Well, no, he's not dead.
Oh,
that's inverse.
Anyone who's not dead is inverse Steve Jobs.
A live Steve Jobs?
No, because Steve Jobs had like hella involvement with this company, so much that it made me use the word hella. Like that's how much involvement he had.
Hella's coming back.
It's coming back in a big way.
It's coming back hella quick.
Hey.
And I just killed it.
Hey, it's
no, it's still good. It's still
dead
good.
on arrival. But
it's us here at the MoistyBoiz podcast.
Yeah, this is the first 5 minutes you wanted to hear was us talking about our URLs.
Yeah, no, that's the MoistyVoice podcast.
It's mostly about URLs.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure it's about DC news.
Okay.
The DC Cinematic Universe.
We've only got
actually have one email from someone to read at the very end of this all.
Oh God.
Are you shitting me?
I'm
I
not.
didn't get a notification for that.
Well,
no, it's because I actually had to threaten this person into giving us an email.
Well, that doesn't... Oh, my God.
Oh, you ruined it. You should have waited until after.
Yeah, I really should have.
Man, now
the entire experience is dead for me.
You make Connor's Twitter war with Steven sound that much more valid now.
I was debating whether or not to also reply to the second one, but I decided to take the high road and not do so.
I'm not on Twitter. Could I be informed as to what happened here?
We hella late uploaded on Monday, And hella late upload on Wednesday because of Nick is a cuck and I'm a minor cuck.
He sleeps. And
I'm
I'm not home and he's asleep.
There are some other factors that play here on both ends.
It's a great system.
Mostly fuck Michael.
Yeah, mostly fuck Michael.
But Steven on our Twitter messaged us saying, hey, you guys didn't upload today. Fuck you. Which, was fair, but also...
we
have like 19 subs. Who are you stepping onto?
We need that push, we really need someone there.
No, it's important that someone gets on our ass about this stuff.
At 6 a.m., he's just F5ing over and over. Where's that MoistyBoiz video?
Honestly, Wednesday wouldn't have been a late upload if I didn't just kind of end up at that concert.
Yeah, that accidental concert.
Wait, what?
I went to a concert Wednesday night. I just kind of... I was at Game Depot with the fellas, and then I was at a concert.
It happens.
At the Van Buren, new place, opened last month. Any Phoenix people, if you got a concert there, it's a nice venue. It was worth going to. Way better than the Crescent Ballroom.
Give us money, Van Buren.
Give us money, Van Buren. I saw Lights, Party Nails, and Paris. PVRAS.
Oh,
Paris.
Pivris.
It's
Paris.
I've had their albums and I have no clue how to fucking pronounce it. I've actually called it Peavers. P-virus.
Sound like you said Beavers.
I have an end cap at work that is literally nothing but their stuff. And I just have no fucking clue what it was, who they were, and I've never heard a song from them. All I know is that they're headlining or they're opening for 2 other bands later this month.
Damn, they're just staying in... Are they a Phoenix? They're not a Phoenix band.
No.
Weird. I guess they just are lingering.
They might be.
Well, I don't know. Maybe there's going to be I know there's going to be some WWE showing. Or maybe there was a WWE showing out here again.
Lucha Libre Live is coming. They could be opening for that. You know how much they love...
You know how fucking phenomenal? The 15 minutes that people... Or the half hour that it takes people to shuffle into the arena for this stuff.
They just have the
So
band.
have you guys ever been to a wrestling event?
No.
Okay,
Man.
I'm going to tell you the worst part about going to a wrestling event.
Okay.
They have to actually, they always have signs that get hung up.
Yeah.
They have to actually go through your signs and make sure there's nothing indecent or something. Mm. And one of the things they do is they kind of peel at the edges to see if maybe you put another sign underneath that one.
People get crafty with their signs.
And so it takes fucking forever to get inside the venue because you're just kind of sitting there just waiting for these people to say, yeah, your sign's good, go in.
It's like weapons check at a con,
yeah.
except much more thorough.
Much more intensive because it's televised and WWE is family friendly now.
They had to weapon check me at the concert, and
your piece was your
no, I was there with a friend, and they went through her purse or whatever, and I stepped up and started raising my arms. They just looked at me and said, "No, man, you're good."
Shrimply peak
Which I'm pretty sure was one, very much against his rules, and two, maybe insulting.
Maybe
Insulting. I could stab a guy, right?
That's when you take out a knife, oh, what? I'm not good enough?
I'm not gonna shank somebody at the concert.
But so...
Pull out a pistol. I was gonna shoot the headliner.
The only time... I've been to, 2 wrestling events.
Yeah.
One time...
How have you been to 2?
There was one recently.
It's either you go to 1 or 60.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I went to one when I was a kid.
Okay.
And I was in Texas.
Yeah.
And it was a family reunion event, and so, okay.
Let's go watch some wrestling.
Yeah! I'm in America for 3 weeks. I'm in America for 3 weeks. We're kind of hanging out with my dad's side of the family for 1 week, and we just happened to end up at a wrestling event.
Oh my god!
And this is with my little cousin who wants to be Big Dick Troy.
Oh yeah.
What?
Big Dick Troy.
That's his wrestling persona.
Yeah.
And I'm not touching that. Please continue this bad story.
But so we actually got stopped for I want to say 5 minutes while they were looking at a sign trying to decide whether or not this was okay to be shown on TV. And my friend's sign was "Bring Back Benoit."
Oh, man.
So Chris Benoit was a wrestler who killed his wife and his kid and then committed suicide.
What What a great fucking sign, dude. That's like going to bring back Aaron Hernandez.
That's basically what it was. Yeah.
It's basically just bring back Benoit.
They were asking the writers to write him back into the story.
I know he's dead and everything.
But so, like, we're sitting there, the people are looking at this, and someone has to get on the radio and ask, who's Benoit? And then the response is, I don't know.
Oh, no.
So we get into the stage,
No.
and he's got the sign that says bring back Benoit, and he's waving it around. It didn't, we checked afterwards, it didn't get put on screen. They purposely cut around it.
That's horseshit. Bring back Benoit. Bring back Benoit.
Man. Yeah, they would have had some
So,
minor shit to deal
When Chris
with.
Benoit did the deed,
Yeah.
the day after it happened, they had a whole extravaganza. It was like, this is a farewell thing to Chris Benoit. Day after that extravaganza, so this is what actually happened, and they had to, like, redact him fully from WWE and say this night of event never happened, celebrating Chris Benoit. It never happened.
Because they thought he just killed himself, and
Yeah.
then they realized,
He killed his family, then himself.
Yo, I've heard that story like a dozen times.
You always
in
forget it.
athletics. I swear there have been like 4 footballers that have done it, 2 NBA players, I guess a wrestler or 3, maybe a hockey player at some point.
Well, see, the
It's
problem...
always kills wife and kid, then self.
But see, now they're on a different game. And I'm not talking about the protest, I'm talking about that flat earth.
Oh,
We got
shit.
some woke NBA players who are in on it. It started with what?
Can we, like, make
Kyrie
signs
Irving.
that just say, like, bring back round Earth? Just go sporting
Bring
events.
back Raptor Earth.
No, we gotta go to games with whatever team Kyrie Irving's on. I don't fucking know. And then have
Just bring
signs
a
about...
globe.
Yeah, no, bring a globe. Yeah,
Just
forget the
have
sign,
the
just an
globe.
actual globe.
And actually get, like, a good... So find out who is in every, like, 5th row, so that one row around the entire court is just holding up globes. Just a line of globes, clean at the same elevation all the way around the court.
The line in front of that has to have that picture, alternating the 2 pictures. One where it's round Earth with the flat sun, or flat Earth with the round sun that is always daytime.
Or
doesn't work out, does it?
the sun is actually flat. What happens is it slowly tilts and then shows us the moon. And if you say that you can see the sun and the moon at the same time, nah, man, that's just your eyes making up fake illusions and
Yeah, it
shit.
is.
There was one where it's like a meteor hits the flat Earth,
It
and it starts
shakes the
spinning.
dinosaurs off.
Love that shit.
Man, we're getting mimetic. You should probably just post images of what we're talking about right here.
No, they'll know it. They'll know it.
They can hear my hand motions. We know
They've
we've got...
seen- yeah.
Our ASL listeners know what's going on. They can actually hear your
I
signs.
can. Every time someone says ASL, my immediate reaction
Age, sex,
is
location.
always age, sex, location,
Yeah.
and then my follow-up immediate is, oh yeah, American Sign Language, and then I bounce back into, well, what's their ASL? Every time I'm like, listeners, hey, could you just message me on the what's your ASL?
For the ASL listeners out there, what Connor just said was
Those
In
are-
Tempe.
In
yeah,
Tempe.
in Tempe. That's it.
I don't know how
Countless
you
hours.
Tempe ASL, but
Omega will be fun. ASL, next. ASL, next. ASL. Man, this is going nowhere quick. Oh, a penis.
Just go on chat roulette if you really want to play ASL.
yeah, chat roulette was better, Omegle.
Yeah.
Got way more dick.
A
Oh,
lot more dick.
Couple of clip.
Really?
Oh yeah.
There was some nakies. Yeah, those people who did like, points games or like, let's play a game and it's like, show me your boobs and you get 50 points. That shit worked. People wanted to get naked on camera.
For fake.
It sounds like Twitch.
That's actually just Mardi Gras right there.
Basically.
It's like Mardi Gras, but on the internet.
Except it's a lot more
Is that how
legally
Is
vague.
that how Mardi Gras works?
Yeah.
Mardi Gras.
Beads?
You get
Boobs?
beads, you
Okay.
get boobs.
Yeah.
Is there a Hurricane Wings and Bar in Baton Rouge?
Oh, I thought you were just gonna make a really insensitive Katrina or like Irma joke or something.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm
as well.
gonna fuck hurricane victims. There you go. Why
Just
would
fuck
you live
'em.
10 feet under the sea level? How did you think that was gonna work out?
We're like 1,000 feet below sea level.
But we're landlocked as shit.
Hey, no, that's not right.
Nothing happens in the valley.
Nick, don't you know? Flat Earth. The Earth is flat. There is no such thing as
how
sea
does
level.
water... Yeah. How does that work on flat Earth?
It's flat
sea
Earth,
level
like...
don't exist, bitch.
Yeah, I mean,
everything is sea level.
So
Hurricanes
clearly,
disprove
it's
flat
not a
Earth?
flat. It's like Petri dish. What's that shape? Like a really short cylinder. Just a really short cylinder.
A meniscus?
A minuscule. No, that's when it dips.
Yeah,
Yes.
They have a dip.
Like an inverse hill.
So, like, do flat earthers think the Earth is like, church wafer flat, or is it like Petri dish flat?
Or like Nilla wafer flat, where it kind of bumps up, and then it kind of tapers off.
It's a Nilla wafer thing because the water pours off the sides.
Yeah,
so
they believe in infinite
every
water.
continent is a Nilla wafer.
No, the world is a Nilla wafer.
every continent is the salt.
But then shouldn't the water
There's no
at the
salt in Nilla
center, like...
wafers.
I've eaten like 2.
They're vanilla wafers.
You've never had a Nilla wafer?
No, I've had them, and then I actively went out of my way not to have more of
Did you think
them.
they're like those weird
Nilla wafers are good.
biscuit
Knock off
things that
Nilla
you
wafers
get at
that
the
are
Chinese buffets that are like... Are these salted or sugary? Because they're both.
I've never been to a Chinese buffet.
We can fix
There's
that.
one right next to your work that's great.
I've
haven't
heard.
been
Oh
to
yeah,
that.
I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, no, just straight across from your work. It's super fucking cheap. We should go there.
Jess and I have actually one because we were going to American Furniture and we were hungry and we were like, I don't really want, American, like, panda type Chinese food. So we're like, well, let's hit up trashy American Chinese food. So we went to a buffet and we've actually gone back like 3. Every time we get furniture, we actually go to that buffet. It's like a whole thing because one, they have sushi that's actually really high quality, as scary as that sounds. And 2, just because it's a good place. Like, the price is good and it's just...
The one thing I have to say about the buffet is that it's just like, you walk in there, and for about 15 seconds you wonder if there's actually a drug deal going on in the back.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, there is.
Yep. Honestly, it's like, I get 3 plates to start.
Alright, see, there's my problem. That's why I avoid buffets, is why I've experienced so little food places. I'm only ever going to eat 1 plate.
Oh man, I eat like 3 to start. If I'm still hungry, I keep eating. And then I get about 18 of those fried donuts.
My dad used to...
Those are the biscuit things that I'm talking about. The ones that are like covered in sugar.
They're covered in sugar.
Yeah, and they're kind of salty too.
Right. They are because, they're
Because
fried.
is that what you think a fucking vanilla wafer is?
No, because these are amazing and fluffy and soft, and they're like...
Yeah, just go like dip a vanilla wafer in milk and there you go.
I'm pretty sure it's like God's testicle kind of thing. It's
No,
just
but those, like, no joke, those biscuits are probably some of the best things I've eaten.
fried donuts, best thing. Best thing.
We should go there after this.
We might. I don't know.
I don't know, I'm eating these peanuts.
That's true. He's eating like 7 peanuts. That's more than he eats in a week.
I'm already feeling unwell. I'm not lying.
Ugh.
I should probably cap this.
I should probably also replace your teeth with bionic teeth to help you chew better.
No, they were normal teeth, right?
Okay, so I'm against dentures.
Yeah.
I'm not against robo teeth.
Robot teeth?
So, like,
Can
James
it be
Bond,
removable?
that one villain.
No, not lockjaw. Because that's way too...
It's too heavy. It's too much work.
Yeah. Real bad.
You gotta, like, reinforce the neck at that point.
If it's just like an actual replacement jaw that isn't in any way different, I'm for it.
What if it has like a Cylon eye effect that goes from ear down the jaw across the chin?
God, no.
Just a little red light that keeps going across.
That's the worst.
Why?
Because
When you see those assholes that have the hair only on this line of their face.
yeah, the chin strap.
And then they kind of dye, like, they took, like, the dyeing combs and made, like, a rainbow of color.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I need to see that now.
Oh, next time I see the guy at the mall, I'm taking a photo.
Oh, you take a picture of that. Jesus.
I think he shaved it off because I saw him working the candy stand and he didn't have it anymore.
That's the one place to have it. It's when you work at a candy stand. What the hell? This guy.
Like, I saw it, I'm like, you've got your life figured out.
To have the confidence it takes to be able to pull off some shit like that. I mean, I envy
To have the confidence it takes to think of, I think I can pull this off.
Oh.
I don't know.
Weird pictures.
Yeah, I'm looking at some weird pictures, none of
Nudes?
which are what I wanted.
So
yeah,
we've got,
nudes.
what, like 18 different news articles?
Oh yeah, we've talked about, like, none.
Throw a dart. What are we talking about?
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Pick a number 1
9.
through 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You counted all of it, yeah.
Netflix show Big Dick.
Okay, so a German show. This is a children's show that's based off of a German book series, I think
Maya
it was.
the Bee.
And episode 35, season 1.
I believe so.
There's a big fat dick in the background.
It's like on a rock.
Just like on a rock face or something.
It looks like a cave painting.
It's just an actual penis right on the back wall.
It's even got like the foreskin line and the little the urethra line. Like it's a full dick.
Yeah, it's got the balls.
It's got the balls. No hair. Although there's a plant in front of it, maybe that's like implied hair.
Nah.
No, okay, so it's a big shaved dick.
Big shaved dick. But that's just there in a children's episode on the background, and at some point parents noticed it and were like, "Oh, hey, Netflix,
please don't.
This is horrible." Which, I mean, I guess it's horrible, but kids are gonna see that on the way home anyways.
You know, 9 out of 10. Like I'm gonna say, like,
9 out of 10 dicks are shaved in children's shows. I was gonna say,
probably like 9 out of 10 people who reported that weren't even parents, because parents just kind of let their kids fucking watch it and leave them alone.
Ew, no. I vote hard against that. I think it was only parents reporting that.
I think it was more so just kind of people watching it because they have nothing better to do.
I think it was soccer mom Deborah who thinks homosexuality is a sin.
Oh, I think
what
it's
about
like
diddling
me.
Kids?
Well, I mean, it's in. Come on, man. It's in my religion.
Kid diddling, fair game.
Fair game.
It's not against it. Kid diddling is actually
women
not
can drive in Saudi Arabia now,
and
and you're telling me I can't diddle kids.
I'm also going to tell you really quick. If a baseball game is going on and a man hits a home run and he does not walk the bases, however many bases he walks, he is considered to have made those. If he just walks straight to the dugout, he's out.
Alright, so this is what I should have started the podcast with. 2 weeks ago, we posed 2 questions. 1, if Babe Ruth hit a home run and just decided to go to the dugout and have sex, like raunchy, nasty 1940s sex.
He technically wouldn't have been...
What would happen?
Yeah.
Also, if a hitter hits a ball and catches the ball that they hit, what happens? So I called up, I'm going to leave him unnamed because I didn't ask for if we could use his name, but a Arizona State University professor who also happens to be a umpire. I asked him what would happen, and after scouring the...
that might have narrowed him out.
It might have, but I didn't
there
use
might
his
only
name.
be one umpire who is also actively in Arizona State.
Doesn't
We're
matter.
not naming him, so yeah.
Anyway, he was
Find
kind
him.
enough to answer these questions. When you hit a home run, you have to do the base walk. If you do not, you are forfeiting the run. If you leave the baseline, you are, like, significantly, it's actually just an out. And if you only get to, like, third base, and let's say,
Just
2 runners, if, like, 2 runners, you get a double, and at third, you're like, okay, we won. You go to the dugout, you actually only got a triple with 2 run-ins. You don't get credited for a home run, so it hurts your stats not to do it.
So the greatest BM is to
slow
hit a
roll
home
it.
run
Really
and
slow
walk
roll
to
it.
the dugout.
No.
Just not
hit
just
a home
not
run,
take it.
walk enough that the other 2 runners can make it in, then just go for the dugout.
No,
the biggest BM.
Just slow roll all the way. Like
I think it's just to just turn it down entirely.
There's a rule that says that they cannot put in a new game ball until the runner has finished crossing home base. So you can just sit there for like a good couple hours if you were so inclined.
I mean, baseball's going to go from a
Is there a
5-hour
time
game
limit?
to a 12-hour game.
Yep.
Is there a time limit on how long each
There was
inning
no
can last?
determined time limit of any kind.
You think there was a time limit in baseball?
Games can go on forever. There's no mercy rule
It's
to
the
this
worst
crap.
American sport.
Wait, no,
There
Then
is eventually
I
a
know there's
cutoff.
a mercy rule.
There's eventually
It's like
a cutoff.
11.
But second question, if a runner, so first of all, the runner has to stay within the base path. If he manages to get to left field and catch his own hit, he's left the base path, so he's already out. But whether or not somebody nearby had the potential to catch it, if he catches it, it's a foul and he's automatically out. There are rules against like if you were to run the base and just deck somebody, that's a foul. You're out.
Okay.
Wait, that's only a foul?
I have a question.
You might be ejected from the game, but you're out
If the
for
ball
sure.
touches you, are you out?
No.
So it has to be someone else possessing the ball touching you.
Yeah.
So if someone's like, you're caught between 2 bases, and they're like throwing it between you. If you slap the ball out of the air,
that is a foul. That is also a foul.
It's soccer rules. Don't use your hands.
If you do a bicycle kick,
you take your helmet off and slap it.
Yeah, no. There's rules about like you can't
interact.
First, you can't stop somebody from catching it, so you can't push them. You can't catch it in place of them. There's like a lot of things you can't do, but like. Yeah, if somebody's in between two bases, you can't just beam them with it to get them out. You should be able to, but that's besides the point.
Okay, so just think, baseball's new rule, if you beam someone
if you get hit, you're
with
out.
the ball, you're out.
They just go at it.
I want to see a player bicycle kick the ball now. Between bases.
I just want to see, like, they have two bats. The normal one for hitting.
The mini bats.
And then the defense bat.
The smaller bat.
The mini bat. He brings that out of his shirt.
Now it's like Quidditch. You've got, like, a beater, and he's got to, like, deflect it.
So, the people at bat are allowed two people out on the field with the mini bats to defend them. To defend the guy running the bases.
It's like a bodyguard protocol. As you hit the ball, and then you've got your two guys.
They got
just
but they're out of the field. They're out
of the field.
They're next
so they
to
can
left
like
and
run
right.
up and like smack the ball around with the bats.
Oh my god.
Backyard baseball. Oh man, this would be...
We need to get enough people to play this now.
I've got a lot of kids that would be up for
Just
this.
Street rules baseball would be the most amazing.
You all get this smaller... So we've got like the normal size bat, then we give them like a wiffle ball bat. This is your defensive bat.
The bat they get to hit is wooden. Their little bat is steel. Just solid steel.
No. Just give them like a length of rebar.
Oh.
So no, you give them a length of rebar as the defensive bat and a plank of wood as the normal bat.
You get a choice of defensive weapons as bodyguards. You get the rebar, you get
a knife,
a shank under 4 inches.
Yeah. Yep.
Why catch ball when you can kill ball?
No, if you stab the ball out of the air.
If you stab ball, then you can actually launch it a lot further using a knife as a handle.
Yeah, you could throw the ball.
I want to see somebody like hold the knife by the blade, throw it midair, pin the ball with the knife. It keeps going and it like sticks into a wall and just nails it to a wall.
Bollywood style, knife then becomes loose as it's spinning, releases, kill somebody at a different angle.
So the knife comes out, kills someone else, and the ball goes and hits the person that was right in the bases. Ball's out, the guy's out. You just took out 2 players.
Man, that's a double.
You just took out 2 players.
I know what I said.
It's like Blood Bowl meets baseball. You can actually just injure
we should
people.
go into the toddler coffin.
We can play this in Dota.
What?
They added game mode creators in Dota. We could just make Dota baseball.
We could.
Yeah. Bristleback is going to be the pitcher.
No, he's an umpire.
No, he's got like the snot shot, and he can like sneeze on the ball and give him slingshot abilities.
That's illegal.
That's illegal.
That's where we draw the line.
That's where we draw the line.
No spitball.
Jose on third base actually has a handgun, but we don't get a spit on the ball.
Nope. Carl on first base just has a katana.
He's just got a fucking sword.
You come at him, he's gonna try to take you down.
If you swap out the ball for a hand grenade, that's fair. If you spit on the ball, that's no good.
If you notice that the ball is actually a hand grenade, and if you hit the ball that's a hand grenade, that's against you. But however, if you let the ball hand grenade go through, that's you
can take out their catcher.
Yeah.
And the umpire.
Yeah.
No.
Since it's not a live ball, technically an object did pass through, so you were allowed to run the bases. So then the catcher, if the pin wasn't already pulled, he has to pull the pin and try to beat you.
If the catcher catches it, he dies, obviously.
Well,
if he doesn't catch it,
it depends on how the pin was pulled.
That's a fair game, and you can run it.
Yeah, but like, if the pin was pulled, you know it's alive.
Yeah.
So, but if it's not
Can't you
pulled,
put the pin back in?
He has to have the pin though.
So just carry pins.
Just carry pins. Best strategy.
Oh no! Oh shit!
That was
when
actually...
it gets thrown, it's gonna lose the handle as well.
Oh right, you need one of thems.
And the lever, and you can't really replace the lever.
I was
the
thinking,
second that the lever comes off of the grenade, it's going.
I was thinking in like World War I, I'd be the worst because I would just go around like they'd throw a grenade, I'd run out, grab it, stick a pin in it, and I'd just have a shit ton of grenades on me. I'd just go around looting their grenades.
You need to have a handle with you.
So many grenades.
What are you gonna do with all of them?
Throw them back.
I like them. They're mine. These are trophies.
You guys have a slingshot?
Eventually I'm going to run out of pins, and I'm obviously going to put a crater in the earth when all of these grenades explode on me, but until that day...
That's one thing that I've never fully understood about firepower.
Huh.
Multiple explosions going off at the exact same point would just deal damage to that area. You have to kind of spread them out to actually cause anything, because simultaneous detonations just kind of happen.
Yeah, they don't do
and
much.
They don't expand.
Yeah, it's kind of whack.
I mean, I know that there's going to be someone that calls me on my bullshit and be like, nah, man, that's not how science be, but it do.
No one's gonna call you. Had to threaten someone to email us. No one's gonna call you out on your bullshit.
Yeah. This is...
Okay, so I had to threaten and coerce.
And coerce?
Man.
I threatened someone.
Why did you want this email so bad?
It's because he has... Well, no, he has no Politico.
Okay, so...
If he had put more of his stats into Charisma and Politico, he could have just asked.
This is what happened.
Where's Politico from? I've never heard that term.
I threatened not to help someone, technically.
It's in Edge of the Empire, though. It's one of the stats you can build.
I threatened not to help someone on Final Fantasy XIV, and that's what got us the email.
I swear to God, if it's Matt or Pat, I'm gonna be mad.
No, it's not.
Good.
It's not in the best friends.
That's like I don't need that level of...
It's a guy whose name is Davin. He's a dickhead.
I'm gonna say it's Davin.
I say Davin. I don't care what anybody else says. But the first thing in the email was my favorite thing about the email.
Okay, well, that is 30 minutes from now. 20 to 30 minutes from now.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Michael, pick a number.
They're guessing.
One.
I got 20 more minutes of this shit?
One. Okay. Atlas and emulation. So Atlas filed a DMCA cease and desist on one of like the top emulation softwares for PC, RPCS3, and their Patreon page. Which, first of all, just my little bit on this. If you're gonna emulate and steal people's property and distribute it and cut into their sales and all this other stuff, that's you. I don't support it.
No.
Don't make a Patreon. Do not profit off of this.
Yeah. That was my thing.
Don't profit off of it. That's just gross.
It is.
So yeah, no, that's the story. So that was your thing on it. That's just...
The thing that just pissed me the most off was that they had a Patreon.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to make emulation software, sure, yeah, no, but it's when you're stealing IOs and BIOS from just other people's property, that's where I'm like, no, fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with Atlas calling it DMCA, because in all honesty, a lot of emulators nowadays kind of fuck up.
Oh yeah, no, they're terrible. Especially on games as complex as like...
Persona.
Yeah.
I had a friend who tried to play Persona 3 on an emulator just because he was having trouble getting a copy. He hated it, and I found out why, and it was just because fucking everything was just breaking on him.
Mm-hmm.
I lent him a copy of Persona 4, loved the fucking game, loved it, and then he was just like, you want to go back and play Persona 3? Then he tried to play Persona 3, and he's like, I just can't anymore. Persona 4 ruined it for me, and I'm just upset now that he fucking played that one.
Yeah, no, it's just a gross thing. I can understand it with, like, if you're not cutting into the market, I'm a little more
like,
okay
if there's,
with
like,
it.
Something like Death Cargo, where you can't get a fucking copy anymore.
Yeah, if it's, like, NES games where the publisher doesn't even exist, and the rights to it just kind of disappeared.
You just can't get a copy of it.
Whatever. Or things like Mother 3, that just you can't get in America.
Yeah, I'm fine with emulation.
Or is it Mother... No... I forget. One of the Mother games has never been brought to America, and everyone's always pissed about it.
Just so long as you're not doing it.
Don't make money.
Yeah.
Be like if
you're
Pirate
making
Bay
money, make
charged
software.
you a subscription fee or anything.
Make the software run better, and then charge Patreon for that or something, or just charge hey.
Don't charge anything.
No,
just don't charge for it.
I'm fine with
you're
good emulators.
You are stealing. You have no reason.
If you're making an emulator, That's not stealing. It's if you're making iOS or the iOS files and the BIOS files, then it's stealing. I'm fine with the emulation.
I don't feel charging people money for a essentially console you've designed to run only illegal games is just as bad as asking money for the illegal games.
Your thoughts on the Ouya?
The Ouya?
Ouya got licenses.
Okay.
All right? It got licenses.
Okay.
That's
totally
all that
different.
matters. Just get the licenses. You know, if you are getting the licenses and making the emulators, then totally.
If you made an emulator
–
that would let you put like your PS4 disc into your PC and play the game off of that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
No, what you're not doing in that situation is basically claiming the game as your own property to buy it or to sell. That's what you're doing when you just are charging, or when you're asking money for all you've done is just made a PS4 game on PC. You know, if it's a software where you're still buying the game from the developer or wherever, you know, non-secondary market.
At that point, it could actually be seen as you cutting it out of Sony's stuff.
Yes, but not to the extent. Because Sony, you might have a PS4 and still emulate some games. At least you've bought the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think there's a big difference between them never buying the game in the first place versus, you know, them buying the game and just running it on your software with PC.
Yeah.
That's basically just, yeah.
Because, I mean, one of my favorite custom-built softwares is DES4UME, which is software on the PC
that allows you to use a
PS4 controller rather than an Xbox controller.
Yeah.
I love it. Love it all to death. Because the best feature about it is custom Bluetooth controls. Because I can fucking just use my PS4 controller as my mouse and keyboard.
Yeah. No,
See, that emulator is completely different from what we're talking about, though. That one actually makes sense.
Yeah.
It's something you already own.
You had to buy
that
it.
You're enabling people to use with a different product that should be able to work with, given that its comparator does the same thing. But you don't want to use a comparator because it's shitty.
Also, Sony doesn't make an official thing for it.
Nope.
So you're not cutting into their profits either.
Right.
You're not like stealing their
It requires
technology.
a Sony product. It's not replacing another Sony service. If anything, it's only promoting Sony further.
Yeah.
That's
a good emulator.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. Hardware porters, I think. But yeah, so
I'm completely for Atlas doing this.
Yeah.
Because
first
and foremost.
Well, I was fine with it before. I mean, maybe it's like sensitive Atlas can't let people have fun with their shit. And, the argument... The only argument is,
Atlas,
if they don't want us emulating, then they should just port it. And it's like, well, yes, but they've got other shit
It's on PS3
going
and
on.
PS4.
Yeah, they've got other shit going on.
They don't do PC games.
Yeah, if you want Atlas product, by now...
on
you get a PlayStation.
We can't say Atlas is that great a dev community-wise anyway, seeing as how they just prevented people from streaming Persona 5.
That was because they didn't want people to be spoiled on Persona 5.
Which is horseshit.
They're probably going to lift the ban after the anime comes out.
That's sort of like a, we know what's best for you hand-holding kind of thing, and I don't...
I can't support that anyway. I think that's real shitty.
For what happened is, the game came out, they said you can stream up to this date. After a certain period of time, you can stream up to this date.
When the game came out, they said no streaming. After the backlash, then they said you can stream up to this date.
And since then, they have slowly slid it
out
forward. And then there's a hard date, which is a just plot date in the game where don't stream past this date.
Why the fuck was I watching the rest of the stream if I don't get to watch a finale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, hey.
Go just full All-Shira's
yourself.
Wrath. Just absolutely under no circumstances. Don't do halvesies, but no, yeah. Don't ask money for emulators. That's scuzzy.
Real scuzzy.
Unless it's your 100% your original own.
Don't ask money for game
Nintendo
emulators.
charging you for the SNES makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an emulator.
They had to relicense all of that shit. They had to go back and say, hey, Rare, whoever owns Rare, who owns Rare shit now?
Microsoft, I think.
Microsoft's on some
Vivendi?
No, actually,
somebody at Microsoft owns Rare's stuff, but exactly.
Fucking,
they had to go back and say,
who owns
hey,
Killer Instinct? Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft owns Rare, I think.
So it was like, they had to go back and say, hey, we're doing this thing. Can we relicense this? And, with the NES, a big part of it was its limited units and all that. But no, they had to go. They paid the people who deserve to be paid for it, the licensing fee and all this. So, yeah, they can absolutely charge me $80 for it.
Yeah, Microsoft owns Rare as of 2008.
Good for them.
Bad for us. Good for them. No,
No.
Microsoft
Killer Instinct, did one thing.
Not bad.
No.
Banjo Nuts and Bolts was bad.
Banjo Nuts and Bolts too.
It was just bad.
But yeah, one of the things that Microsoft did do back in like 2014, 2015 was that Rare Replay collection.
That was dope.
That was phenomenal. It's a shit ton of games. So many fucking games. It's like 35 games.
No, yeah, they
on
did
a disc.
They did a nice little job with that.
For them.
I am gonna go ahead and pick my number. What we had 1 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go into something more recent. Let's hit up 13. So,
did you say the cap was
actually
17?
1 through the later the numbers go, the least recent it is. So
yes.
Good job.
Oh, damn it. Oh, we already hit on this one. Did I go to the next one down?
So just
13 was Flat Earth. We already talked about that.
There you go.
Going down. Oh, man, I picked the worst one.
Then pick something else.
Something Avengers.
Just pick something else. Just pick something else.
Well, something that I actually did want to talk about, because I just thought that this was a, interesting thing to talk about, was the Michelin thing. I think it's interesting.
I don't care for it. It's going to be a really long time before that.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be a thing, but as smart cars keep improving, we're getting into some pretty weird shit. I almost ran into a smart car the other day, and that just furthered my belief that every car has to be smart car. It's either all or nothing, because this car determined that, because I was coming in, it took a right out of a parking lot in front of me, and had I not been like, oh, that's a self-driving car, I better watch out for that shit, and immediately started braking the second I saw it trying to move, I probably would have just slammed right into it, because it just cut me off.
So you're referring to smart cars as self-driving cars.
They're self-driving cars.
Not as the actual brand of smart car.
Oh, yeah, smart car's a thing.
People forget about that as well, they should.
But yeah, no, self-driving cars, every car has to be a self-driving car if any car is going to be a self-driving car. They have to be interconnected.
We can do that, and we're moving towards it.
We need, that costs money. And either they have to subsidize it, or they have to just there's sales, there's politics. It's not impossible, but that's where we need to be, because I need my car and that car to be saying hey, buddy, I'm coming over at this rate of, speed. Okay, I'm not gonna fucking cut off in front of you because my sensor doesn't go that many feet down the road and I didn't see you coming.
The one thing that I'm gonna, it's just, we can't have full smart cars. Because what if someone had a pickup smart car and loaded the back improperly and something falls out?
What do you mean?
So there's
They have motion detection, they swerve.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. So let's say there's a pickup in front of you and the dipshit just put a loose chair in there.
And maybe they need to drive, they need to have control of the car themselves so they don't go over X speed limit, because they know once they hit, go around that speed, something's going to flop out the back.
That should be something you can set in the car.
Yeah.
Is heavy load or fragile load
and
cap speed.
Not at any self-driving car is going to have a dash cam. At any point, that problem is just going to auto-resolve.
It's probably just going to... Well, see, the problem I have is, let's say the chair falls out, and then the car behind it needs to swerve. And then, if it's a smart car, it has the detection, it says, oh shit, a chair, it swerves. Then every car around it needs to be hey, that car's swerving, let's all move and adjust accordingly. Because if one person's in a normal car who's not communicating with this hive mind of cars, shit's gonna go sideways.
So were you just saying that the Michelin Man's trying to make our cars into ant colonies?
Yes.
Actually, no, none of this is related to the Michelin article. This is us arguing you on self-driving vehicles.
Okay.
I just don't like
I do not care for self-driving vehicles.
Oh, no, I'm hard against them. I detest them.
Assisted driving?
I'm still against that, actually, personally, but they are the way the world is going, and we have to work with that.
The article talks about, like, one of the goals is that these are supposed to be like some of the self-driving cars, they're even proposing things like chairs facing each other rather than forward.
Well, that's
so
where
you and your
design
bros
companies
can
are
chat.
going right now.
Yeah,
that's why they're getting in on the industry, specifically tires, which is a great place to get into it.
Oh, yeah.
I love their angle. But a lot of people designing cars today are now designing them with, like, dinner table aesthetic.
Yeah, every car is this just mobile lounge, basically.
And I hate that, because that was, like, bad early 2000s sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucking detested it. I never saw one of those cars or, like, flying fucking subway things and thought, wow, I want to be able to sit across from my family in this vehicle going 80 miles an hour down the freeway, not seeing where we're going, and instead having, like, fucking crumpets and talking about the weather.
You ever seen iRobot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
that's smart cars.
My moment for that wasn't the whole seats facing each other. It was like 2 years ago when they talked about, like, self-driving cars. They won't, for your comfort, they won't even have windshields. That way you don't have to deal with that pesky sunlight. It'll just be all nice and controlled. And I was like, fuck you if I'm going to get in a car with no windshields.
Like, I'm just going to get into this metal box that doesn't have windows.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. That is not happening. I wouldn't even get on a plane if I couldn't see outside of it. And I have no reason to need to see out of a plane.
I mean, yeah, no, that makes sense.
I still won't do it.
It's for claustrophobia.
For some reason, that's terrifying.
Because it's for claustrophobia.
Possibly, yeah, it could.
I don't know. I
it's
think
a
that's
safety
broader
thing.
than
Nick,
just
you're
claustrophobia.
actually a Sims.
I don't feel that was my moment of I don't want that. I get that's where people are thinking, but that's just absolutely no for me.
But Nick, so
that's a no from me.
In the hard coded into every Sims is the fear of an enclosed environment with no windows.
Yeah.
And no corner,
it's a reasonable fear.
And so, that's hard coded into every single Sims character. You're a fucking Sims.
I'm getting a T-shirt that says "I side with the Sims."
Is it gonna have that little crystal on there?
It'll be on my shirt rack right next to the I Heart Humanity T-shirt. So people are just gonna get really mixed messages from me.
I side with the Sims. Love humanity.
I want to wear an I Heart Humanity shirt to the Blade Runner premiere.
I think that's edgy.
You're too edgy now, Nick.
Damn it, I'm edgy.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kill everyone dressed as a robot.
I'll
be dressed as a robot. Not that I'm killing the people dressed as robots.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was
that's
a robot killing other robots.
To be anticipating that people are going to be dressed as robot, what if nobody's dressed as a robot? Then I brought in this gun for nothing.
I don't know. I went to 3 different showings of The Force Awakens, sadly. God, I fucking hate that movie.
Everyone dressed as peoples.
I didn't see a single person dress up any of the showings, one of which was opening night.
The midnight for the first Chris Pine Star Trek, I guess Abrams Star Trek, but who cares?
Abrams and Abrams.
So fuck the first one that came out, the midnight release, tons of people, various levels. Nobody was going makeup, but it was just different levels of God, I want to say Galactic Federation.
That makes sense, though.
Different levels of uniform.
No, that makes sense.
Nobody was doing
Star Treks are way bigger fucking dweebs than Star Wars. And that's not I'm picking a side here. That's just Star Trek has always been more about I want to dress up and speak fucking Klingon than Star Wars people have been about getting that immersive.
What movie? I saw a movie recently and a bunch of people were wearing the same shirt. When we saw it, I swear there were 12 people wearing the same shirt. It must have been a Hot Topic thing or something, but they all had the same It shirt. And I realized I don't see that much at movies anymore. People going to the movie wearing a shirt of yeah, I'm a fan of this. Nobody at Ninja Turtles was wearing a Ninja Turtle shirt.
I appreciate that.
We went to see Yu-Gi-Oh! There were so many fucking card game shirts.
That's the same thing as Star Trek.
Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the Star Trek.
There was Force of Will shirts, Magic shirts. They were
just
all over the place.
Yeah.
No, that one makes sense.
It was a good place to be.
It was a great place to be. That was a wonderful day.
Day well spent.
Yep. So
okay, I think it's safe to say that we can ignore the other 18 articles that we could have gone over. Let's get to this email.
So,
what do you got,
if you
Michael?
want to send us an email, you can send that email to MoistyVoice@gmail.com.
Yep.
Connor, what was that email again?
That was go fuck yourself. Stop forcing people to email us.
At gmail.com.
At gmail.com. All hyphens. Every E's a 3.
You're gonna have to make this email now.
Man, this is just... It's
So,
too much right. I don't want to email
David says,
Okay.
first time writer, long time masturbator.
Okay.
If you could live in any video game world where you had to follow the rules of that universe, which game would you choose?
Fuck you, David, for having a good question.
I don't know if that's a good question.
I like the question.
Alright, this is difficult because if you think long enough, there's a hard right answer.
Yes.
Harvest Moon.
We don't have... No! My God, no! Piece of shit. I hate him so much.
What do I think Michael's pick? Michael, I feel, would be Monster Hunter.
Oh, no fucking way! That would be too scary! I would legitimately die.
Okay, Michael doesn't want to die, so he'd play it safe and buy an $8 million home on the FF14 market.
Yay!
It's already basically your actual life. You might as well just be in the game at this point.
Yeah, essentially. Like, again, one of my two choices were either Final Fantasy XIV and Harvest Moon, and I kind of sat there and I just thought, what's the difference?
It's like a sword art problem.
Yeah!
Know? If you're trapped in the game, it's really no different than how much time you were putting into the game.
Yeah,
but now you don't have to balance anything.
Like, Harvest Moon, I have to balance, trying to get a chick, making sure my chickens don't die. 14, I just gotta go check out with my retainer and be like, you still selling my shit? Yes, I am. Good girl.
Yeah. So that Michael would live in FF14.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly. Man, there's a lot of good options. There's a lot of bad options that
well,
I
if you follow the rules of the game,
there are way
you can
more
pick
bad
GTA and
there
just
are
constantly
options.
respawn.
Oh, GTA would be a fun one.
GTA would be bad, but fun.
Depends how pain works in this world.
It's real.
You feel it.
Real pain.
You
every
feel
time.
it. But you just wake up 5 seconds later completely fine.
Eventually, you gotta get desensitized to it. At that point, though, you start trying to find creative ways to die just to push you. You start becoming a thrill seeker.
At that point, you're like, I no longer want to be in this gangland, horrible fucking world. I want to
every
live.
single time
and
you try to roll
to an accounting building and try to open the door, but the textures don't allow it. And the only thing you can do is go to the gun store, buy a new gun, and kill people, because that's GTA.
You can't.
It's a horrible world to live in.
You can't.
All you get to eat
eventually
are beers and candy bars.
Eventually, it's terrible. For the first
day
week.
fucking 3, it's terrible.
Man, I give it more than that.
No!
I've got a
Days
lot
go quick in GTA, and day fucking 3 would be rough.
I've got a lot of repression to get out, so I give it a week.
Alright, so you would last a week in GTA 5.
Before I'd just lose my mind, yeah. Then I would just it would be like a 0 to 100. I just fall off the cliff into insanity. I'm very fragile.
I don't know what game I would choose. I've played too many games.
There's a lot of games that would be...
If I had played only 100 games in my lifetime, I could probably narrow it down and then work through that.
You could say Mass Effect Andromeda.
I could kill myself. I could.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to live in a body that works like a body and looks like a body, so not Andromeda. Just me. Also, I don't want to fuck any of those.
Yo, no.
It may just be me. None of the Mass Effect races are attractive sexually.
Yeah.
That's one thing they really kind of failed to...
Well, you didn't even see half of the...
The only one that could almost make sense is Asari.
You never saw half the races in Andromeda.
No, that's also fair. I understand there are more races in the other Mass Effect games. I'm positive they're just as unattractive.
There's one that's absolutely phenomenal. It's just a blob. It's literally sentient slime.
I thought you were supposed to be arguing me on this.
I know. I didn't say there's one that's literally just sentient slime.
I don't know what game I would choose.
Yeah.
I feel like if you mentioned there's an objectively correct answer.
There's going to be, and
I think Pokemon is actually pretty up there.
It's up there.
It's
sure.
really up there.
That's definitely up
there.
Well, no.
Easy
Which
out.
Pokemon? Because I would say Pokemon like Ruby or Sapphire.
They're regions. You can travel between regions, so the Pokemon world.
Okay.
Holy shit. No, then that's definitely
you
a top
have an answer.
3.
You already have the answer then.
You're Pokemon, man. You found it.
Yeah, that's the objective correct answer.
Yeah, I mean, I would
I'm
have to argue
down
against
it right
it.
now, but that's definitely not the
if
best.
If it's not region based and it is the Pokemon world, I think.
But if it was region based, I would definitely say.
There's a place somewhere where you can get on an island and take pictures in a little car and throw apples at shit.
You can do that IRL.
You can throw apples at birds and take pictures of them. I know. I've done it.
It's not as satisfying.
It sounds like you haven't.
You know, it sounds like you have a video idea brewing there, Nick, and I really want to explore it.
MoistyBoiz originals.
Man, if my sociopathic tendencies
we're here today
can be
throwing apples at birds.
We're gonna play Pokemon Snap IRL, and we just have like Pokemon Go open, and we're just throwing apples at you.
Oh no! I'm throwing actual apples at actual people and their pets.
Yeah.
And their grandparents.
And then you try to take photos.
You already said pets.
And then I take
how much
pictures.
care a grandparent is? Man, I have to do less for my cat than I had to do for my grandma.
You know, that is very fair. I guess there's also the repercussion that if something goes wrong and the cat passes away, you're not wanted for manslaughter.
Well, but if something goes wrong and your grandma passes away, you do get inheritance.
Yeah, I didn't though.
There's motivation to fail the grandparent. That's tricky.
Yeah, why isn't there a grandparent Petco?
This one comes with a hedge fund. I'll take it.
No, not like you go away and they've got...
This is a fucking...
it's a slave market now.
No. There was a show on Nick, the Amanda Show.
Yeah.
That's a skit from that show.
Oh, God.
That was an actual skit on that show.
Yeah, no, I do actually think I remember that now.
When that show got canceled as the day TV died.
When that show got canceled was the weekend before Drake and Josh started.
Yeah, but Josh didn't invite Drake to his wedding.
Yeah. Which undoes the, years of entertainment that they brought us.
Josh is actually a horrible person nowadays. He didn't invite Drake to his wedding. Yeah. He still actively makes videos with that rapist. But all Drake does is make a bad band.
I was about to say, Drake's an okay rapper. He hasn't invited...
Well, he hasn't done anything bad. He's living his life. He's just another person who at some point was bigger than he is now.
He played grown-up Timmy Turner in the live-action Fairly Odd Parents.
He did one bad thing, okay? He did one bad thing, and all of a sudden he's a villain.
But I think all of his good on Amanda's show undoes that, yeah. I mean, Totally Kyle alone makes up for that one movie. But no, I gotta say, and I don't want to say it because it's the easy answer. It's probably the Pokemon world.
It's so good. I can't
Pokemon.
I'm going through all the games I have right now. I'm thinking Bloodborne, Witcher 3, Dark Souls, XCOM 2, Civilization, fucking Endless Legend, Arcanum, Warcraft 3, Starbound. Starbound's a good choice. Terraria, Dota 2. I'm going through fucking Siege, which would be horrible. That would be god-awful.
But you're bound by the laws of the universe.
Yeah, that's why Siege would be terrible.
Siege is actually Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
That one's as close as you can get to it. That one's just fucking terrible.
So, Pokemon...
Pokemon is the prime pick.
Because there's, no maintenance to do in that.
It's because most of these other worlds have a catch.
You get a fuck May.
Pokemon doesn't really have a catch. A lot of these other ones have things where things can go wrong. Like Digimon. A lot of shit goes wrong in Digimon. But I'm glad there's no camera. The faces you guys...
I'm mad there's no... I want us to do camera. I want us to do camera and MoistyVoice going forward.
No, I was thinking about doing it before we started, but I was like, you know what, it's kind of late. And now knowing how much you guys want to fuck this character... I wish we had had...
It's not my fault! Dude, have you played Omega Ruby?
Yeah.
Did you play Ruby?
Yeah.
If you played fucking Omega Ruby, you should have seen those fucking scenes in that game. They were like pushing this girl on your dick.
Oh man.
Her dad was pushing her on your dick.
Oh man.
Your dad was pushing you into her.
Oh.
It's just two dads
Come at
pushing
me.
children at each other.
She is too.
I
didn't even play Black and White or X and Y or whatever it is.
No,
But then Hilda. Close second.
Funny story with X and Y.
Oh god. Did you?
I was helping one of my friends because it's very easy to mess with the save data for Pokemon X and Y.
Okay.
So I was giving her a living dex, which was just I was just a copy of my living dex of everything from Pokemon Red, from like Yellow, every single Pokemon.
Yeah.
One of each of them from from Bulbasaur all the way to the very last Pokemon in X and Y.
Yeah.
So I was just giving her a copy of that, and I just had to get to like the first town and access the Pokemon Center, this PC to do this. So I named the character Mistress, and she was completely weirded out because all of her friends in the game started calling her Mistress, and she was just, this is making me feel awkward, Michael.
She needed to embrace it.
And all of the Pokemon's original trainers are also, from now on, Mistress.
Did you develop a kink for her?
I may actually have.
If, she missed out, she could have made a lot of money on that, world trade thing of just being a Pokemon mistress.
Oh.
Just sending, those little drawings over the DS features of just, nudes and stuff. Easy money.
Yo, speaking of developing kinks for others, you were there for half that conversation, right?
Yeah.
Jess and I were talking about this. When I was a baby, I forget what the context was. I don't know if I was ever told context. I have a scar on my chest from when my mother dug a nail into me and it split the skin, caused bleeding and everything, and that scarred up, and I still have that to this day. I love when they dig your nails into you intimately.
So we're
so
thinking...
you probably gave her a mistress BDSM kink while I was forced upon this nail thing.
It's a thing.
I want to see just how far you can actually go and ingrain kinks into other people.
Through subtlety.
Through subtlety. Or just flat out, this is you now, and they can't fight it. Like the mistress thing.
No, so did I make her into wanting to be a mistress, or her looking for a mistress?
No, her
into
wanting
to be a mistress.
Okay.
She is a mistress now. I guarantee you, if
you
had the access to her intimate life, or she was willing to share that with you, she would be a heavy dom mistress.
If I didn't know who it was, I would agree.
No,
I know who it is. No,
hey.
Because I know who it is.
Out now.
We'll go over it after because we ain't gonna name drop. But you are right though. Beyond that factor, you are right.
Oh man,
do you know this about her?
No, I just can't imagine that. It's just way too. There's some people where it's I could see it. No, it's just
I can't see this with her.
Yeah,
that's why I'm.
It's way too.
I could see her wanting to have one.
Yes.
All right. Well, then maybe it worked that way.
That's.
We never said how this works. We haven't.
I voted one way, but it seems I may be wrong. It might work the other way.
I could see it working both ways, but just more likely one than the other. We're gonna run some tests on this. We'll get some numbers.
We'll
large
let you know
sample size.
Sex life we fuck up.
So going back to the original question that brought this all together.
Yeah.
I decided on Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh yeah.
You guys decided on Pokemon.
I can't beat it.
I haven't decided.
If I can beat it, then I will change it.
I'm hard behind Nick on Pokemon because that's
okay.
A prime fucking choice.
I don't want it to be my choice. It's just too good.
Homework for next week. We should reconvene.
Oh yeah.
And then just on the podcast, nail down what your picks are, and then what
if you
the
had to
best
live
is.
in a video game world and live by its rules, what is your pick and what is the best pick?
Yep.
What is your personal pick? And then what would you feel the best pick
What just has to be probably, despite whether or not it's not your number one.
Because Final Fantasy XIV is my number one just because it's essentially Second Life for me.
Yeah.
I've kind of gotten it to the point where I can sit down and if I want to make money in the game.
Of life and adventure game.
Because you can craft your shit. And you're basically a vendor. You can make food, and sell that food on the marketplace, and a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's just Sword Art Online. It literally is Sword Art Online.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's the perfect mix of you can just be NPC or you can be full-blown, boss raid leader kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's so much variety in there that's a very
and
solid...
both of them are very integral to the economy.
But it's just
because
not for everybody.
The raiders get crafting materials, which they then sell to the crafters.
Sounds like you just went back to tribal society.
Yeah.
There's nothing
You've got hunters-gatherers.
You know what?
Yeah.
Maybe we need more of that. Maybe there's too many teacher-gatherers, and there needs to be just more dedicated teachers. I'm tired of all these teachers being able to do other things.
But we should save this all for next week.
Next week.
On MoistyVoice episode 28, What is Love? Baby, please hurt me.